guys, this is Dr. and today we find ourselves back on Scratch, where we are going to be working with backdrops and probably maybe even some sensing if we have time. So we're going to click on stage 1, and we're going to basically say that when this is clicked, go to this backdrop, and this backdrop is completely white. So let's edit it a little bit. So let's say that we want the background of everything to be light blue, or a common color. Red sounds good. Red and black go well together. And let's make the walls black. So, what we're going to start off with is just a simple line going across, and then we're going to, this is a race, so it doesn't have to be an incredibly hard maze. It just has to be hard when you're trying to go fast. That's annoying. Of course, you're probably gonna see me using a lot of Command C. Right, so there's another. So basically what I'm doing now is make a maze. You can make any maze, but just make their backdrop color and the walls a color. I'm using black for the simplicity of it. This isn't an incredibly hard maze. Just gonna be hard for what we intend to do with it, which is make it into a racing maze. We want there to be parts where there's gaps, then there's a close finish there. That could be annoying. Just gonna get a little straighter. There we go. So basically, now that I've created what's nearly like a backdrop, I'm just gonna finish it off. Now this is gonna be a straightaway. And there's, of course, going to always be a portal, which it's whoever first gets there to the portal wins, like that map, kinda. And now that, I'm gonna, and that should be good. I'm just gonna fill this whole thing. And see, didn't mean to do that. Fill, no, I can't fill because there's a gap. So there's our backdrop. So now these guys are gonna be racing through this. Okay, so these guys are going to be racing through. There's always a little bit of a glitch with this simple movement that one guy can hold. So it's going to be a tapping racing where you've got to tap the keys. So now we need to make it do a little sensing, but first we've got to make our portal. This is actually quite simple. I'm going to make it blue. That's a nice color. You can make these objects any color you want. So now we have a backdrop. I'm pretty sure everybody can squeeze through these type gaps. So now I need to tell them that, okay, so I'm just gonna get them to the start. Now I need to tell them that when start is clicked, forever if touching, so now we're using that sensing, touching color, and then we get to select the color. Let's get it on that blue. It? Yeah, that seems good. So if touching color that, go to where you are now. So now I can just drag that into him and he'll have it too. But now we also need to tell them that when you get to there, the blue went for, and this is clicked. So we're going to be doing a lot in this episode. So if touching color blue, so now we're basically saying, so if you're touching the walls, go back to the beginning. But if you're touching color blue, broadcast P1. So since this is player 1, he gets P1. And then we're going to drag it in here. But he broadcasts P2. So now we've basically made it so that now we're going to get into these broadcasting. So when you broadcast one of these, you can put a when I receive, and then that will be like a receiving thing. So when I receive player 1 or player 2, and also, so we're doing a lot. If it's confusing, just try and stick with me here. We're going to create a variable. Now this is like a number variable. We're not going to do a cloud variable, that's for a later date. So we're going to put player 1, since this is a race for every map they complete, and player 2. So those go one on top of the other. So when I receive player 1, change player 1 by 1, and same for player 2, but also next backdrop. Next backdrop. Where's next backdrop? It isn't here. This should actually probably go in stage. It's not going to go in the ball. It's going to go on stage. So switch backdrop, next backdrop. There we go. But also, he has to know that when this is clicked, show, and go to there. So now, we've got a good game on our hands. So now, I'm going to erase myself to that side. Now, and Gobo's in the lead. And so if it's working correctly, it's hard to control 2 characters. I'm just going to let Scratch Cat go through for this. Now, since I haven't made a second backdrop yet, this is actually going to be hard, considering you've got to try and maneuver them through these tight gaps. Like, these are going to be hard levels. No doubt about it. So, once your player 1, that's it. You want a hard point, and so while I do this, I might as well say, if you're making a maze game currently, what your map should have. It should have a hard point like this, where you have to be extremely accurate. Now, that is the lowest I can go. If I can't go through, yep, that's an impossible corner. It's a nightmare. So I'm going to have to go to backdrops and do a little editing. So, of course, I'll just bucket it in red. But also, So now I've got another chance. So I'll go back with Grass Cat. So basically it should have one really tight point, which will get them frustrated. But it should also have easy points. Is this a lot? Why did that just not let me? Okay, I've got to do a test to see if he standing upright can fit in there. No. So that means I've got to do a little editing for this backdrop. It's pretty simple what I've got to do. Got to bucket it white. Red actually might be just smarter. Okay. Okay. That was bad. Because those are connected. Okay, so first I'm gonna need to get rid of this one too, actually, probably. And then also get rid of this one. Bucket that whole thing in red. Because I don't want to make it impossible. Make sure that your maze right now isn't impossible. So, yeah, now, and one there. There you go. So, yeah. So this probably will end the episode, I think. And I will be doing more very soon. You might even see one right after the other. What next episode? I'm going to be doing something interesting. I'll tell you that much. What I'm going to be doing, this is another tight spot. Yep, that's another impossible spot, definitely. So I'm just going to go into this backdrop. This is much simpler. Just wipe a little bit of that out. And yeah, that's probably going to be it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's been great seeing you, and bye. Yeah, bye.